It is 11 o'clock. Welcome back in. This is Three Man Front. We are live at Social Taco each and every Tuesday here. The doors are open up. Josh, a longtime listener to the show, first time visit here to the Social Taco Terrace. We appreciate Josh as he is being indoctrinated now by Stan and Don Don. Larry from Homewood is watching.
Larry's just taking it all out.
He is. That's the way Larry does.
He's a good sport.
He's very calculated, Larry is.
He is.
Yes.
He gives me a good background on your history and where you come from, Pat.
He's from Hueytown. He's a Golden Gopher. So, I mean,
just like my wife.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot she's from Hueyton.
Yeah, she graduated in 2015.
Does she remember the Hueytown home?
A little bit younger than you, Larry.
The Hueytown home.
The Hueytown home.
That is a real thing.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
I guess she's hiding things from me.
Ask her about it.
I will.
See if she knows about that.
Yeah, small world.
We've already had a busy show. Mike Griffith, Charlie Potter join us. A little bit later, Richard Hendricks, SEC Mike, and Dimitri Ravanos will be on the program coming up. Joey Aguilar, the Tennessee quarterback, he is seeking another year of eligibility. No big surprise. Got him a lawyer. Filed the paperwork yesterday in Knox County Chancery Court. Aguilar, who transferred to the Vols before the 2025 season, is seeking to extend his eligibility for an additional season. In his complaint, his lawyers wrote, after a breakout season as the Volunteers quarterback in 2025, the NCAA is blocking Aguilar from playing a fourth year of Division I football, depriving Tennessee of a gifted quarterback and robbing Aguilar of millions of dollars in compensation.
And you already kind of made the gifted quarterback maybe is up for a debate between
interpretation.
Yeah, it is an interpretation, but it sounds nice, right? It sounds like Tennessee's really being depraved of an opportunity to compete at the highest level here. But again, you go back to what I said in the first hour. Just because you were unable to go and get a guy out of the portal or develop one of the quarterbacks that you have on your roster, if you're out of eligibility, and I know people will say, well, what about the Bediako thing? Well, Bediako has eligibility. That's not the question that's in debate with that. This is a completely different situation. But again, just like everything else, I think we expect that Joey Aguilar will be under center for the Tennessee Volunteers this fall.
You're probably right.
I would be shocked if that's not the case.
For those that are fans of the LSU Athletics Department, good news. LSU Athletics released a statement last night about the ongoing CSC investigation. Now, that investigation was reported on Friday by The Athletic that some of their NIL deals were being looked at, questioned. Not the football program.
No, they haven't done anything wrong, Pat.
But some other sports inside the athletics department. And LSU released the following statement. The CSC inquiry into non-reporting has been resolved with no disciplinary action, and any deals that require submission to NIL Go have now been submitted. We appreciate the CSC's prompt review and, of course, resolution.
Well, that was a very kind statement from them. I did like that in response yesterday to the story about Joey Aguilar. We know Lane Kiffin. He likes to have fun on Twitter. He replied or reposted that story on his Twitter, and he responded to it by saying, "Why not?" ? And then he put a phone number that says 1-800-TOM-MARS-LAW. So glad to know that he's
all about
keeping
it.
tabs on what's going on around the conference and having some fun. But no, good for LSU. I'm glad. Clean bill of health for them.
And if I'm not mistaken, I don't have it in front of me, I think LSU plays Tennessee this year in Knoxville.
Let's see. That would be.
Yeah,
they do. I think because I remember we were talking about for Lane
the schedule for LSU.
They will play at Tennessee on November the 21st. It looks like
pretty good memory for an old guy.
Yeah, that is good. So they get to go to Oxford and to Knoxville this year.
That'll be just a nice, quiet
trip. The SEC office has a sense of humor, don't they, Pat?
Yeah, I guess so. Also, Lindsey Vaughn this morning, she had a press conference saying that she will ski for the U.S. team this weekend, 4 days after rupturing her ACL in Switzerland. If you remember, she was airlifted off the course, and then she immediately began medical treatment. She says after 3 days of physical therapy and doctor's advice, Vaughn skied today. She said, my knee is not swollen, and with the help of a knee brace, I am confident that I can compete on Sunday. She's 41 years old. She's expected to be one of the biggest stars of the Winter Games, which technically start tomorrow.
So my thing with Lindsey Vaughn, because she's not old, but like she's been doing this for a while. So I guess my thing would be, is this was this her plan to be her last Olympics? And so now it's like
I think the plan was her last Olympics was going to be her last Olympics.
Okay, well then maybe that's what this is. This is the final time I'm going to prepare to compete. I'm not going out like this. Because my concern would be obviously, right, permanent damage or something where you're not able to continue doing this in the future. But if this is it for you, leave it all out there on the slope.
Do you think do you think she ever has any communication with Tiger Woods?
I figured you were going that way. No,
I was just curious.
I don't.
I mean, they used to be boyfriend girlfriend.
They did.
I didn't know if they had a amicable split or what the deal was.
Maybe so.
Okay.
Maybe so. I don't.
I didn't know if Tiger would show up in Italy for the Olympics. And
I don't.
You don't think so? Okay.
No, I don't. That was a while ago, though, wasn't it, that they were together? Because that was not long after. If my memory serves me, it wasn't that long after everything went down.
Was that right after the car crash?
Yes, in the golf club to the back windshield.
I will never forget Iron Bowl.
Oh, I know. It was on Thanksgiving.
It was Iron Bowl in Auburn, and breaking news about Tiger Woods.
Oh, I remember watching and seeing the video of the car parked there, and everyone's, oh my gosh, what happened to Tiger Woods? And then you find out,
yeah, there's a lot more to the story there.
There were a lot of people involved in this one.
Yeah. Okay, I was just curious. When did they date?
That's what I'm looking up here. This doesn't have a date on it.
I'm very disappointed that you do not know Tiger Woods' dating history.
You know what, Pat? I keep up with everybody else's dating history except for see, this is this is bad. See this article. So I Google Tiger Woods, Lindsey Vonn. First headline that comes up: Tiger Woods' ex to compete at Winter Olympics despite tearing ACL. She's an Olympic athlete, and she's referred to as Tiger Woods' ex.
She's won gold medals.
She can't even get the name recognition.
She can't get that off her resume. It's Tiger Woods' old flame.
Oh.
Okay.
They broke up in 2015.
Wow, has it been that long?
Oh, here you go. Here's an article from 3 years ago. She says she's still friends with Tiger Woods.
That's good. That's really good.
It is really good, but yeah.
I hate to see two people be enemies like that.
It was just good to see him get back up on that horse so quickly,
Excuse me?
Yeah, just kind of get back out there.
Oh.
Well, some people, it takes them a while to
Okay.
get back in that arena.
All right. I'm trying to think where I can pivot from. I'm going to be good today, and it's not Friday, so.
Come on, Pat. Let's have some fun.
No, we're not going to do that. No, not today.
Roger Goodell, right?
Yeah, let's go there. So Roger Goodell gives his State of the National Football League address yesterday to the media. I think Roger Goodell is one of the great communicators in sports. And I'm not saying that tongue in cheek. I really mean that.
Absolutely.
When you look at the other folks that run the sports leagues,
he runs circles around the other commissioners.
He's outstanding.
Not that
He has no notes, just sitting there with a microphone, just holding court.
He's how you would expect the leader of one of the most powerful organizations in the country to.
I would say in the world.
Yeah, in the world.
I mean, them and
absolutely.
FIFA, those two are the big dogs.
Absolutely.
Well, Roger Goodell, during this long press conference, he was asked a couple times about the college football turmoil. Well, here's the first question in regards to the economics and the other turmoil going on right now in college football.
To what extent is the ongoing governmental and economic disruption in college football a threat to the NFL, and what should the NFL be doing about it, if anything?
Well, I don't think we have a role in that, Ben, to start with, as far as what we can do. Obviously, we have a great relationship with college football. We cooperate on a number of matters, including something I think is really important, which is our eligibility rules. I think our eligibility rules benefit the young men that come into the league because they stay in college football longer. But I also think there's obviously a lot of change going on and a lot of disruption, and they do need to bring some clarity to that. And I think that's something that if for some reason we can be helpful with the right people, we would obviously be willing to engage with anybody. But I think we try to stay in our lane unless we're invited in to be part of the solution.
To me, that's very interesting, that last portion of that, where basically he said, look, we're open. If someone wants to call us in, we're going to stay in our lane, but if you would like to have a conversation, the NFL's definitely open to that.
Well, and it would be, and maybe that's an indication that that conversation hasn't happened yet. That just seems like a very natural first step for college football. However, I guess at the same time, it's who would have that conversation with Roger Goodell, right? In the sense of if somebody's going to pick his brain on, okay, well, how can we make college more NFL-like and put these guidelines in place? Well, who's in charge to be able to do that, right? So that would be my kind of question there. But, I mean, look, not good for him. I hope that somebody from the college athletics world takes him up on that offer, because we can say what we want about the NFL, and I know some people don't like the product anymore. You love college football more, but they clearly are a well-oiled machine, and they have this thing figured out pretty well. I think you could do a lot worse than bending the ear of Roger Goodell to suggestions on how to get this thing straightened up.
So it sounds like the NFL's open to a conversation, but it's like you mentioned, trying to get anybody to agree to reach out to the NFL to have that conversation.
Yeah, who's the spokesperson for college football?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that.
Charlie Baker? I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably not.
All right, Roger Goodell was also asked about pro players returning to the college game.
Right now, the NCAA is dealing with NBA draft picks. At least 2 players right now are trying to claw back eligibility and return to college basketball. How closely is the NFL paying attention to this?
Yeah, we keep a close eye on this. As I mentioned before, I think eligibility rule is really good for the young men who play the sport. And I think it gives them a chance to mature, be part of an education system which will benefit them for a lifetime. And I also think they develop great stars. They come in as stars. And I think the strength of college football is something that I think is good for all of us, and I think college sports in general.
Do you foresee a future where you have to deal with potential NFL draft picks who may not be happy where they're drafted and trading that back for NLI money in return?
That has been in various forms of some of the legislation in Congress, in both the House and the Senate, the SCORE Act. And I think there are things that we look at, and we went to court to defend that eligibility rule. We will do everything we can to make sure that we continue to do that. We think it's the right thing for the young men, and we also think it's the right thing for the colleges. So we will continue to keep a very close eye on that.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
Because this is the first thing that came to my mind listening to that. Do you think that, let's go back to, I guess, last April, right, with the NFL draft. I have to imagine if a situation had presented itself to Shadur Sanders of, you want to go in the 5th or 6th round, whatever it was, to the Cleveland Browns, or you want to go back to Colorado for another year? I feel like he probably would have taken an offer on that, and maybe it's different, but, I mean, I go back to, you remember what happened with Eli Manning, right? Oh, I don't want to go play here, so you're going to have to trade me, right? And so instead of doing that, you might have a player that goes, I don't want to be the quarterback for the Jets. That franchise is dead. I'll go back to college for another year. I think that's a fascinating angle to it that I could absolutely see coming to fruition.
And we all know it's coming.
Yeah, it is. Someone will try it.
It's just a matter of time, and that those waters will be tested for sure. And finally, Roger Goodell. So much talk has been about the Super Bowl halftime show with Bad Bunny, and he was asked about the ongoing situation. Is ICE going to be there in attendance? And is Bad Bunny going to do what he did at the Grammys the other night? Take a listen.
Will there be any ICE enforcement operations, to your knowledge, around the Super Bowl, whether that's this week and at the game on Sunday? And then the second part, Bad Bunny made a pretty clear anti-ICE statement at the Grammys last night. What are you expecting in terms of political statement, whether that's from Bad Bunny or Green Day or any of the other performers?
On your first question, security is obviously one of the things we focus on the most. It's a Tier 1 level event that involves unique assets at the federal level, state level, and the local level, all working together. I see no change in that. In the preparations for the Super Bowl, we have not seen that. We're working with all 3 of those levels. And doing everything we can to make sure it's a safe environment. And the federal government is a big part of that, including this administration, every other administration before that. I think Tier 1 is probably been the category we've had since at least the turn of the century, if not before that. So I just anticipate we'll continue to do the work to make it the safest event. On your second question, I think everybody in listen, Bad Bunny is and I think that was demonstrated last night, one of the great artists in the world. And that's one of the reasons we chose him. But the other reason is he understood the platform he was on, and that this platform is used to unite people and to be able to bring people together with their creativity, with their talents, and to be able to use this moment to do that. And I think artists in the past have done that. I think Bad Bunny understands that, and I think he'll have a great performance.
That was Roger Goodell at yesterday's press conference. Interesting comments in regards to the halftime show coming up on Sunday. When we come back on Three Man Front, we'll get to your text messages and also your phone calls at 1-800-239-WJOX. We're live at Social Taco on Jocks. Welcome back to Three Man Front. We are live here at Social Taco. Landry will be back with us on Monday. Me and Conrad, we're here live at Social Taco. Molly back in studio, high atop Red Mountain. We're with you until 2 o'clock. We just played some audio from Roger Goodell, and that last clip was talking about the halftime show that is coming up that has gotten a lot of discussion. Matter of fact, Turning Point USA, they're doing an alternative halftime show with Kid Rock.
I forgot about that.
He is going to be the headliner. So they're trying to get everyone off of the Super Bowl halftime show to go to the Turning Point USA. I believe it's their website. I'm not sure yet if it's going to be on a television network or whatever the case may be. But it's interesting because The Athletic, usually around the Super Bowl, they will send out an anonymous questionnaire to the players. And they'll ask them certain questions about the league, things of that nature. So they asked, do you like the NFL's selection of Bad Bunny for the Super Bowl halftime show? 58.6% of NFL players said yes, when 41.4% said no.
Okay.
The other interesting question that they asked in this anonymous survey, who is your dream Super Bowl halftime performer?
Ooh, okay, this will be interesting.
Michael Jackson.
Well, he already did it, and he's passed, unfortunately.
Well, I know, but this would be their
okay,
their
just
dream,
anybody
ever.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So Michael Jackson came in at number 1, followed by Drake.
That's not surprising. That's who I thought would be number 1.
Beyonce was 3rd.
Okay.
And then Chris Brown and Travis Scott was tied for 4th.
Chris Brown, that's kind of an interesting one.
That is an interesting one.
Travis Scott makes sense. Chris Brown's kind of okay. Travis Scott did the halftime show of the college football playoff last year.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting that Michael Jackson's still at the number 1 on the top of the list, but no Tay-Tay on that list.
No, that is the if you go back, I would probably have.
I would
to
have
say
thought she would have been on there.
That Michael Jackson's was one of the most talked about in regards to value, quality.
I was about to say, I feel like that one and Prince are the ones that are regularly brought up as you would expect from both of them.
U2's at the New Orleans Superdome right after 9/11, where they had every single name of those that had perished.
I remember
on 9/11.
that. Yeah,
that was moving. That was
and U2's great.
Yeah, that was really special. So we'll see. Love to hear from you on the text line, the Courtesy GMC text line. 205-834-9450. Are you going to watch the Super Bowl halftime show? I know a lot of people that will not watch it.
Well, I will say that clip that we just played, the best thing I heard in that clip, because I completely forgot about it, is that Green Day is also going to be part of the halftime show.
Oh, boy.
Now, it will be very interesting how Bad Bunny's music and Green Day's music overlap and how they kind of do that, but I loved Green Day growing up. I was a big Green Day fan, so I'm excited for that.
And Green Day's been very anti-government for a while.
Well, yeah,
they,
when you have
they
an
did not
album,
like the Bush administration at all.
No, they have a whole album about it. It's quite popular, but I'm definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, I imagine there's, and probably in our listening audience, a number of people that will either go in another room or,
I still know people
have other things going on at halftime, and they're not going to be watching the show.
I still have people that will not watch the NFL to this day based on everything that happened with the Colin Kaepernick situation.
I know. And
they had absolutely did not come back because of all the kneeling and all the things that took place around that situation.
Well, and this is the kind of thing they can easily point to and go, well, that's why I stopped. That's why I stopped. It'll be interesting, because, again, I don't listen to his music because I don't speak Spanish, so it's nothing against him. I just don't listen to Spanish music. But he is incredibly popular, so it will be very interesting to see the numbers, because I think you'll have a lot of people that tune in and watch only the halftime show because he is that big of an artist. And internationally, I think that's maybe an angle that they have as well.
Well, here's the thing. First off, and this is where the NFL's in trouble, because you're allowing someone to go up there. You don't pay them any money.
Nope.
So they literally can show up and do whatever they want to do. You can burn that bridge with the NFL. What's the NFL going to do?
Well, it's not like you're going to do the Super Bowl halftime show ever again.
Correct. So, if you're Green Day, who's been forgotten about for a very long time, you're getting this opportunity on center stage. And then you've got Bad Bunny coming up there, and they can do all their political rants all they want to. And I guess the NFL can tell the broadcast partner because they're on delay, to like turn it off or go to a commercial or whatever the case may be. But again, they kind of have carte blanche to do what they want to do.
Well, and as you kind of teased for us yesterday, there's potentially a surprise that they are planning for the halftime show to.
Well, I mean, that's the social media buzz.
Yeah.
And you could take that with a grain of salt, but there's no question that
Looking for that moment, perhaps?
most people believe that that there will be a moment or two that will make a lot of people in Middle America blush and go, "What are we doing here? Like, what are we watching?" So we'll see.
Give me J-Lo and Shakira again. I'll watch that one every year. That was great.
That was a good one.
She can sing in Spanish all she wants.
I think Conrad likes a little Shakira.
Oh, yeah. Hips don't lie, man.
Good for you.
She's talented.
All right, let's get to the text line, 205-834-9450, brought to you each and every day by Courtesy GMC and Trustful.
Let's see. This text rolls in. It says, Chris Brown is one of the greatest performers in music history, past or present. If anyone questions that, they're a little out of touch. Look, Chris Brown's super talented. Chris Brown is also, not the most culturally relevant anymore, I would argue. But, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's
Now, he got in trouble for beating up his girlfriend, right?
who was Rihanna, yes.
Yeah, that's why. I just want to make sure I got that right.
That is Chris Brown. But, yeah, no doubt. In terms of singing and dancing and performing, he's excellent. But I was just kind of surprised. It's a little bit of a throwback for some people. Let's see. This one says, Green Day still sells out stadiums, Pat. They haven't been forgotten about. I was unaware that they still were touring. Good for them.
I didn't know that either.
Let's see.
I've been educated.
Yeah. Let's see. This one says there's a lot of great talent out there around the world, but to use this guy is a slap in the face to talented people. Okay. Not a fan of Bad Bunny, that texter. This person asking kind of what we were just talking about. Do you think more people will check out for the halftime show and come back for the second half of the game, or will more people tune in specifically for the halftime show and not watch the game? I'm going to go with more people checking out for halftime than coming back in the second half, personally. Let's see. This says, people not watching the Super Bowl, this is from Jimmy, people not watching the Super Bowl because of a political reason is more un-American than not voting. Super Bowl is pretty American.
Someone was texting me, asking me who is on the alternative halftime show, and it would be Kid Rock, Brantley Gilbert, Lee Brice, and Gabby Barrett.
Okay, I've heard of 3 of those 4 people. Okay.
And apparently you can watch it on TBN.
What is that? Never heard of that
It'll
one.
be live on X.
Okay, see, that seems like if they're going it that way, that would maybe be the way to do it, is on social media, something like that. Let's see. This text comes in. It says, what college football deserves as an authoritative voice is Nick Saban as the czar of college football. What college football would probably get would be someone like Kirk Herbstreit, though, instead. Could you see someone like Herbie being put in that position or asked to take on that role?
I think if he decides to ever kind of divest from his busy portfolio, perhaps, maybe. So I did think Herbstreit cares about the game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Posey, this text coming in about Joey Aguilar. He says, gifted QB, huh? I guess because he was gifted a lot of money. That's a good one. I like that.
That is funny.
I like that one. Jonathan says, I'll be checking out of the halftime show for sure. All right, there's one person telling us right now they're not going to be watching that. Somebody says, do you think Jizzle James is a Bad Bunny fan or not? I don't know. We need to see what's going on with old Jizzle. See if he had a big weekend there for the Bearcats on the hardwood. This text rolls in. Says, I am a huge Alabama basketball fan. I don't care how they play now. All I care about is how they play when it's tournament time. And somebody did bring that up yesterday. You remember the Final Four run. That was a team that about this time of the year you were looking at as, ooh, man, getting out of the first weekend would be impressive, and they ended up going to the Final Four. So you never say never, but certainly some reasons for caution right now for Alabama basketball fans. Wayne chimes in. He says, I will also not be watching the halftime show. Okay.
I think there's a lot of people that are going down that road.
We got a lot of people here that want Chris Brown doing it. This one says, Chris Brown would embarrass Bad Bunny in a halftime show competition. Not even close. I'm not going to watch it. Okay. And Conrad Van Chaos says, don't discount and forget that Katy Perry halftime show. Yeah, that was a good one.
That was the Sharks,
That was
right?
the left shark, that whole one. I was more of a fan of the J-Lo and Shakira, but that's just me, personally.
All right, we will continue reading your texts. We will open up the phone lines, 1-800-239-WJOX. You want to talk some SEC basketball, NFL, Joey Aguilar going for another year of eligibility at Tennessee, all the above. Happy to discuss with you on this beautiful sunny Tuesday live from Social Taco on Jocks. Calm down, Conrad.
Give me 30 minutes of this on Sunday. You remember how mad people were after that halftime show? My children had to watch that. People were furious.
That's what they had to worry about?
Yeah, back then, people were really mad about that.
Compared to what they're worried about now?
Yeah, I was about to say. That's what I'm saying. Bring back something less controversial.
Well, you just said it was controversial.
Well, but for now, in today's time, I think it would be more accepted.
I've told this story before, and I think it's apropos to tell it again. So there was a world at one time where you did not have the ability to rewind things on live television.
Yeah. I was alive during those times, believe it or not.
So this invention came out I don't know, whatever year the Janet Jackson Timberlake thing.
Is that when
happened.
TiVo came out?
I had TiVo.
Yeah.
But I only had it in one room, and it happened to be in our bedroom. And we had a Super Bowl party. And we had a ton of people over at the house, and we're all sitting in the den, and halftime's on, and we're watching the halftime show, and then the infamous situation took place and happened, and all of us are sitting there looking at each other going, wait, did we just see what we thought we saw? Like, we was like, wait a second, that just did not just happen in the Super Bowl. There's no way.
And so then you all ran into the bedroom and rewinded
then somebody in the room was like, man, I wish, if you'd had TiVo in here, that'd been great. And I said, aha, I do have TiVo, and it's in the bedroom. And so this party of about 20 people goes and crams into our bedroom to watch me on with the remote to rewind it and pause it.
That's awesome.
To watch what had just taken place.
That's
Of course, now it would have been on Twitter like immediately. And
absolutely.
On Instagram and everywhere else, disseminated a million times. But
hey, I mean, you're in the right place at the right time. You can see that on a college game day Saturday at certain schools, if we're being honest.
You're right.
In today's world, but yeah, that was a big one.
That was something else. Yeah. So
it's a shame we don't really, because like you said, right, with the way things work now and how quickly that stuff is disseminated on, social media platforms and things of that. It's just sad. Like, we'll never really have those moments again. Like, those moments are gone. It's a shame. It is.
I can tell you're really broken up about it.
Well, I'm just saying it's probably a very impactful moment in a lot of young people's lives, And now the new generation doesn't get that. It makes me sad for the kids, Pat.
Okay. 1-800-239-WJOX, the courtesy GMC text line, 205-834-9450.
Yeah, a lot of these texts coming in, and a lot of people, I would just say this. Based on the text line right now, I think if we had a Jocks halftime show, we'd have to hire Chris Brown.
Because everybody's a Chris Brown
There are
fan?
a lot of people that are, yes, and a lot of people are upset that we are not hip with Chris Brown in 2026. I'm sorry. I stopped listening to Chris Brown about 15 years ago.
I will say,
I'm sure he's still great.
What that one texter said, I mean, no one can perform like Chris Brown.
Yeah, he's a great.
No one can perform like Chris Brown.
Probably the best dancer I've ever seen.
Oh, ever.
Absolutely.
He's unreal.
He is incredible. No doubt about it. Let's see. Jason says, yeah, bring back the TiVo. He says you could have gone and posted on MySpace maybe. That might have been the thing back then.
Yeah. And then, if I'm not mistaken, Justin Timberlake at one time, he owned MySpace. He bought it. Mm-hmm.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
He owned it at one time?
Yeah.
Okay, because you remember the Social Network movie, the Facebook movie?
Mm-hmm.
In that movie, I'm pretty sure he plays the guy that owns Napster, not MySpace. But I was like, I think he played the guy that owned MySpace, but it was
that was when the tech bubble, when everybody was buying up all the tech stuff, and I'm almost positive that Justin Timberlake owned MySpace.
Let's see. Ooh. Wow. Yeah, someone bought it for $580 million in 2005, and then Justin Timberlake bought it for $35 million in 2011. Look at you, Pat. Look at you. Let's see. This text comes in. Okay, some people voting for Bruno Mars. Said Bruno Mars was really good. His was great.
I thought The Weeknd was good.
Weeknd was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of disorienting with him running through the hallways and stuff, but very good.
But no, Bruno Mars was good.
Yeah, he was. This text says 2001 was a super underrated halftime show. NSYNC, Aerosmith, Mary J. Blige, and Britney Spears.
Wow. I forgot about all of them getting together.
That is a good one. This one says, give me Kid Cudi and Wiz Khalifa. I don't think either of them will ever do a halftime show, but Kid Cudi is coming to the Coca-Cola Amphitheater in May, and I will be there. So if you like Kid Cudi like I do, there you go, because you won't see him at the halftime show. This one says, I attended a church Super Bowl party in 2017, and the host blocked the Lady Gaga halftime show. They also say, given the choices between Bad Bunny and Kid Rock, I can't lie, I would choose Bad Bunny. Okay? Ooh, this is a good suggestion. Somebody says get the Killers to do the halftime show. I co-sign that. The Killers are awesome. Very good band. And Mr. Brightside at the halftime show, people would go crazy for that. Let's see. Burr chimes in. He says, haven't watched the halftime show since Coldplay, Bruno Mars, and Beyonce did it. That was an awesome show. That was a really good show.
Yeah.
That was a really good show. Let's see. This text says, I'm not in the Bad Bunny demographic. I'm a 55-year-old. He's a pretty impressive occasional WWE performer, though, so I will watch the halftime show. Okay. There you go. I saw this text, and I said, is this Damien? It is Damien. He wants Florida Georgia Line. Damien, nobody wants Florida Georgia Line. Besides you. Sorry. Let's see. Somebody says, man, I wish we could go back. Freddie Mercury and Queen would have been an incredible halftime show. That would have been an incredible halftime show. I remember, so were you a fan, oh man, what was this, maybe 10 years ago? Because they were older, and so I know some people were a little critical, but when The Who did it, because I thought The Who was really good, but they were obviously, a little past their prime. Did you like that?
Not really.
Not really?
No.
Let's see, Danny says Jelly Roll. Okay. I know a lot of people love them some Jelly Roll. He had a big night at the Grammys the other night as well. This one says, I just don't think y'all understand how popular Bad Bunny is. Look, I understand.
Nobody's saying that he's not popular.
He is crazy popular. And I get it from an international angle, right? The NFL wants to be a more international brand, so you go and get the biggest Latin pop star in the world. I get it. Totally get it.
The whole conversation is the potential of doing what he did the other night at the Grammys.
Yeah. Correct.
And based on what you heard Roger Goodell say in one of those clips, it sounds like the NFL believes that Bad Bunny is respecting the Shield and that he is going to go out there and perform, and he is not going to make a political statement.
We'll find out on Sunday.
That's rolling the dice. You want to talk about some good prop bets for Sunday during the halftime show? That might be a good one.
Absolutely. George Kleovkov's burner phone chimes in. Says, I always check out from the halftime show regardless who it is. That's when you eat all the good stuff. Okay. Understandable.
For $1,000, I will put $1,000 cash right here.
Yep.
Actually, I don't have $1,000 cash. Larry from Homewood.
You're good for it.
Will give me $1,000.
Yeah, Larry's got it.
Put it here on the table.
You're good for it.
He carries a lot of cash with him.
He looks like it.
Can you tell me the first ever Super Bowl halftime performer?
What year was it? Can you tell me that?
1967.
Oh, God. I don't know. The Beatles. I don't know. Who was it? I don't know.
No, it was not the Beatles. Beatles have never done that.
I was about to say I would have heard if they had done it, so I knew it wasn't them, but I couldn't.
The first ever Super Bowl halftime show was the University of Arizona Symphonic Marching Band,
That was my next guess.
the Grambling State University Marching Band, Al Hurt, and the Anaheim High School High Steppers Drill Team and Flag Girls.
Okay.
Huh. I did not know that.
That was your first ever.
So how many years do you know how long they did that before they went to
Okay, Super Bowl II, the Grambling State University Marching Band was invited back.
Man, they must have been dominant back then.
Well, they've got a great band. Super Bowl III in 1969, it was the Florida A&M University Marching Band and Miami area high school bands.
Okay. So I'm guessing they just got local colleges and high schools. Yeah.
Here's another good one. So Super Bowl IV in New Orleans, it was Doc Severinsen, the old leader of the Johnny Carson band.
Oh,
If
okay.
you remember that.
Okay.
Al Hurt, Lionel Hampton, Carol Channing, the Southern University Marching Band.
Okay.
Super Bowl V, the Southeast Missouri State Marching Band.
SEMO.
Anita Bryant and Up With People. That was the halftime.
Okay.
So I'm sitting here looking through here.
Was it like the 80s before we got to?
In 73, you had Andy Williams. In 74 is the University of Texas Longhorn Marching Band. How about this? Judy Mallett, She was 1973 Miss Texas. She played the fiddle at halftime.
Oh, I bet people went nuts for that.
The game was at Rice Stadium.
Yeah, I figure.
there
Yeah.
in Houston. The next year,
That's crazy that the Super Bowl was played there.
Mhm.
That's wild.
Mercer Ellington and the Grambling State University Marching Band. I mean, the Grambling State Marching Band, I'll have to go back and look. They might be the all-time most appearances at a Super Bowl halftime show. That was back in 75.
Okay.
Up with People again in 76. In 77, you had the L.A. Unified All-City Band with the new Mouseketeers. That's right, the Mouseketeers.
Okay.
That was at the Rose Bowl. I'm
that
not
was
making this
electric.
up.
No,
I'm
I
just,
bet
I'm
it
just
was-
reading this to you.
That it was great.
In 78, you had the Apache Band, Pete Fountain, Al Hurt, another appearance of Al
God,
Hurt.
Al Hurt's all over this list.
He had a good agent back then.
Yeah, apparently.
In 79, in Miami, you had Ken Hamilton, various Caribbean bands, including the Grammix out of Dominica.
Okay, that would be cool.
Up with the People was back in 80.
So they just had a rotation going with these people.
Grambling State Band was also there.
Ah, man, dynasty for them.
And then in 81, the Southern University Marching Band and Helen O'Connell. Up with People was back in 82. In 83, it was the Los Angeles Super Drill Team. In 84, the University of Florida and the Florida State Marching Bands. How about that? I
Looky
did not
there.
know that.
Breaking
We'll
bread
have
for
to
the
talk
Super
to
Bowl.
FSU about that. I had no idea that those two rival bands played at the 1984 Super Bowl.
So are we going to get to the 90s before they started having the halftime shows that we know
By the
today?
way, Up with People was back in 1986.
That's not surprising. Are they back in 87 as well?
In 87, you had George Burns, Mickey Rooney, Grambling State University, and USC's marching band,
Oh,
plus Disney characters.
Ah, okay. Well, Disneyland. Okay.
88
Up with people.
in San Diego. Do not see Up with People. They might have been phased out by then. Chubby Checker and the Rockettes.
Chubby Checker.
Chubby Checker. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, that's a. Oh, there's something good there. All right. Anyways.
All right. In 1989, Elvis.
Okay, there you go.
No, it was Elvis Presto. It's not Elvis Presley.
I was like, oh, finally.
By the way, 1989, Elvis
Was he
dead.
gone by then?
Yeah,
Okay,
he was already dead.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a quick.
Well, that was another one of those. Like I feel
that
like.
was a trick question, by the way.
Well, I felt like I would have heard it if Elvis had done the halftime show. But I was like, okay, sure.
Okay, so when we come back on Three Man Front,
Will we finally get to a real halftime show?
we have taken you all the way from the inception of 1967 through January 22nd, 1989, and those were your performers for your halftime show.
That's a little different.
When we come back, we'll hit the 90s right here on Three Man Front on Jocks. Been talking about the halftime show coming up on Sunday. Before the break, we went all the way up to 1990. 1990 was in New Orleans. It was Pete Fountain, the Nicholls State Marching Band, Southern University Marching Band, University of South Louisiana Marching Band. All right, 1991. I would have to classify this as when the NFL decided to start turning up the heat in regards to their halftime shows.
Yes.
New Kids on the Block.
Okay, there we go. All right.
1991.
Okay.
In 92, Gloria Estefan.
Okay.
1993, the aforementioned and heard Michael Jackson. 1993, that was at the Rose Bowl.
Yep, iconic.
They went country in 1994 in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Georgia Dome. It was Clint Black, Tanya Tucker, Travis Tritt, and the Judds.
Okay.
Patti LaBelle, Teddy Pendergrass, Tony Bennett.
Ooh, I bet that was good.
1995, Diana Ross in 96, the Blues Brothers, and ZZ Top, James Brown.
Oh, okay.
That was in 97 in New Orleans.
That's a great lineup.
In 98, Boyz II Men, Smokey Robinson, The Temptations, Queen Latifah. See, they kind of.
I was about to say, they stepped their, yeah.
99, Gloria Estefan was back with Stevie Wonder.
Ooh. Okay.
2000, Phil Collins, Christina Aguilera, Enrique Iglesias,
That's a
Tony
good one.
Braxton.
Yeah, okay. Very
was
good
big.
again.
Aerosmith and NSYNC did it in 2001. YouTube was the one I was talking about earlier back in 2002. Shania Twain did it. The next year, Janet Jackson, P. Diddy, Kid Rock, Justin Timberlake.
That one
Everyone
didn't age
forgets
well.
that Kid Rock was part of that.
Well, I was thinking of the Diddy one more so, but yeah, that one.
Yeah,
that
Of
was
course
too.
you were.
Jessica Simpson was also involved in that one. Paul McCartney was in 2000. 2011.
Yep.
Nicki Minaj, LMFAO, did it in 2012
I forgot about that.
with CeeLo Green.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot.
You
about
remember that one?
I do. It's just funny to me that LMFAO got a halftime show.
That is crazy.
That is wild.
Then Destiny's Child in 2013, Red Hot Chili Peppers and Bruno Mars.
Yeah, because Beyonce did it with Destiny's Child, and then she came back a couple years and did it with Coldplay.
You had Katy Perry, Lenny Kravitz,
Yep, those are a good one.
Coldplay, Beyonce, Bruno Mars. Back in 2016, Lady Gaga in 17. Timberlake came back in 2018. Maroon 5 in 2019 with
yeah.
Travis Scott.
Yeah, that was weird.
Shakira.
Nah, big fan of that one. It was a highlight.
Special guest Bad Bunny.
Was Bad Bunny that year too?
Yep.
I don't remember him being.
That was 2020.
I was watching more than listening.
Then The Weeknd, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem. Remember them?
Oh,
Mary
yeah,
J.
that was a very
Blige,
good one.
2022.
Very good.
Rihanna.
Oh, that was great.
Ugh,
Yeah,
I loved the Rihanna one.
Rihanna was awesome, and she was pregnant while she was doing it too. I think it was
Yep.
very impressive.
Usher was in 24, and Kendrick Lamar was last year, and this year Bad Bunny. There you go.
All right.
Coming up next on Three Man Front, Richard Hendricks from the SEC Network, former Alabama star. He will join us, and we'll get a little preview of what's coming up as Texas A&M Bama do battle at Coleman Coliseum tomorrow night. This is Three Man Front live at Social Taco.